underwater photography. Definitely tune in for this. And at 9:10 to 9:50, we have a diverse journey, historical retrospective. Go back in time. And then at 10 p.m., we're going to be ending today's seminar, meeting, whatever you would like to call it, or the activity that we had today. But we will still have the hashtag Happy Hour Fridays at ADEX Surface Interval. Okay. If you have been joining us at the actual ADEX before, we love to party, and we would like to invite you to join us with this after party at 10 p.m. Singapore time. Of course, it's just, you know, us, like the actual after party that we have always been having many years. If you haven't been there, maybe you should try joining us this time. Okay, so we would like to invite you to join us at the happy hour at 10 p.m. Singapore time until 10:30 p.m. until late. Perfect time. You settle in bed after a few drinks and enjoy the ocean film 700 Sharks by Laurent Balesta. Okay, which is very interesting. Okay, it's just, this is so cool that you can watch it in bed as well. All right, I think most of the people are coming back. Join us at the happy hour at 10 p.m. Until 10:30 p.m. until late. Perfect time. You settle in bed after. I can hear myself somehow. 700 Sharks. Okay, we're back to the present Jamie. Okay, so Nora, I'm going to continue with our opening ceremony. Okay. So now that I have you all back, I would like you all, like, before we told you to mute your microphone if you're not speaking just yet, but in just a few seconds, I would like to ask you all to unmute your microphone and maybe write this down, because we would like us to show the unity of the diving industry and the blue business sector to join together at ADEX Pixel Virtual Expo. And we say together, we're gonna say together, one love, one industry, one ocean, one community. A little bit long. I'll say it again. One love, one industry, one ocean, one community. You got that? Okay, you can unmute your microphone and we are going to say it together. Okay, unmute in 3, 2, 1. One love,
one industry,
ocean,
one ocean,
one community. Oh, big love to you all, okay? Or whatever love you do. A little bit delayed, but we managed to make it work. And this is basically the whole idea behind ADEX Pixel Virtual Expo. We are going to recover together after this pandemic as a big community, as a big love for not only for the diving community and hopefully the environmental factor as well. We need to take care of our home, our playground, right? Okay, so next up, as some of you might already heard about the event that is happening as well. We not only have ADEX in Singapore anymore, we also have the ADEX in China. So we have some, the team from ADEX China to talk and introduce us a little bit about this and how they're doing. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome representing ADEX China, Melissa and Yan Ken. You need to unmute first.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Yan.
Stuck in the...
Okay, I will over to you.
Melissa.
哎，我在。大家好，我是 Melissa。我的英文不是很好，我讲中文 OK 吗
Melissa gonna speak in Chinese, and I'm gonna help her to spread the word.
你们有听到吗
Yeah, 听到。
Hello，好久没有见大家了。现在我的英文不是很好，所以我让我的同事，科研来帮我翻译一下，好吧？科研你在吗？
Hi, I'm there.
本来今年 ADEX China 是预計要在7月份在北京和北京最大的一個啤酒嘉年華要一起合辦的。
So this year we had a great plan to make ADEX in Beijing at the same time as the biggest beer expo, the Expo, at the same venue. So there would have been a lot of beer. But 你说说。
说完了吗？但是呢，因为现在就是中国这边还不允许办这个展会。科研你在？
So we still don't know when it's going to happen because in China it's not the time for expos as everywhere around the world, and we hope it's going to happen at one point this year.
所以呢，就是我决定今年有可能会推迟在9月份，有可能是北京还有成都2座城市。
So maybe it's going to be in September, and we may be going to add another station in Chengdu, beautiful city in the west of China, which has also a big diving community, even if there's no ocean.
如果不出意外的话，我们就9月在中国见吧。
Hopefully we can see each other all in September in China.
好，没有了。大家注意安全。
Thank you, Melissa.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Stay safe. Stay warm.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Melissa from ADEX China. A lot is still uncertain and unknown, but for sure they are staying put, and we look forward to see you guys as well. Okay. Next up, we have another ADEX, and that is ADEX India. We have Amit Malhotra and Kapil Malhotra to share with us a little bit. Welcome, guys.
Hi guys. Hi guys. How are you?
Very good. Go ahead.
All right. You know, it's the same in India as well. It's not the time for expos, but kudos to John and team for bringing us together. Pixel is a great platform, and you know, having to see everyone together here is great. India, no time soon. This year it looks difficult for the expo, but you know, we'll be working on the same kind of a platform with John and team and see how we take it from here.
Yeah, guys, just looking, adding to Amit's this thing is that we were like, you know, looking forward to invite all you guys to India, but due to unforeseen circumstances and looking at the current scenario, it looks quite difficult. So we keep our fingers crossed and looking forward to like how we can work out things with John and team to get you guys to India soon. Yeah.
I'd like to quickly get Prahlad sir to just add a couple of lines if you can.
You need to unmute. You need to unmute, Prahlad. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that cool?
Perfect.
We hear you.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I was listening to especially the problems that a lot of dive masters and a lot of helpers on islands that are isolated and not in cities, and wondering how they're going to get their next meal together. And my suggestion is, and I think John's done a great job of bringing all of us together, if all of us can talk to our diving communities and our clients and start a fund to help those guys out, because I think the the need of the hour is to be able to financially help people out, not be able to put food on the table. And I think the entire diving community that has benefited such a lot and given so much the sport.
我在。大家好，我是 Melissa， 我的英文不是很好，我讲说 OK 吗？
Hi, Melissa. Could you please mute your microphone? Thank you.
Back. And I think we all need to contribute a little bit, and so does to help out all those people who actually have no other source of income, and because of this shutdown, they're actually going to not be able to put food on the table, and their families are going to suffer. So I think, John, if you're listening,
Yes.
can we come together?
Yes, I'm listening. Yes.
So can we put a fund together to
Yeah.
help people in dire straits?
Definitely. And I think this is just now when I'm sorry that I waste a lot of time on it, another technical part of talking about it. And the main things that why this is the platform that, and also especially on this 7-hour opening ceremony, because I want everyone to be part of this. That's why today there is nobody is presenting one single presentation on it. So like every presentation after this will be all the panel discussion. Looks like it is going to be late, but this panel discussion is just a teaser. I'm really sorry that I cannot include everybody. There is so many good the speakers, so many stay in. So like this is a platform. I'm happy this will be we can arrange it in a different way to be a part of this. So we can have a individual presentation to a webinar style and all this panel discussion. That is where today will be more like, it's not about presentation, it's about the discussion. Hopefully we can learn something from a different experiment. Whoever is not in the panel, please understand, we will definitely come into you and we will be much more things will be coming up and technologies we will be quickly fixing, and that is where we will break this together.
Thank you, John. All right, anything to add, guys, from ADEX India?
Well, just looking forward to welcoming you guys as soon as this ends. Yeah. Hopefully we have ADEX India.
Anything happen in September, we can do everything. Content will be related to China. If in October, we can do everything about diving in India. So we can.
Absolutely.
This is where we can keep on going on this kind of platform. So like, I'm very happy that it's contents are so rich that we already have it. So we want to share it. It's 3 days never enough. So this is long-term process. This will be an ongoing, even though the time is back, this platform will be used for the long process.
True. Yeah, digital is the new norm, right? The new normal. So I think we're just halfway through, getting digitally, accustomed. It's a long way to go. And by September, October, I think we should be there with so much content and so much experience, with the people we have here. We have even enough and more content running it for almost a week, I believe.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys, from ADEX India, and thank you, John, for addressing it. I know you would like to have something to add, just to clarify it, or also to tell people what this is about.
Call some to like, hi JC, I see you there. Do you have some input on that? Can I hear it from you? Something? Hi JC.
Hello everybody. Hi John. Yes, definitely. I missed a part of the previous presenters, but definitely I got it from China and India. Definitely, we are looking forward to have these shows restarting again, because we miss the, let's say, the social contact. I'm doing webinars since 5-6 weeks now. It's nice to share everything, but missing really the personal relationship and actually to shake hands.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't think we'll be shaking hands for a long time. It's like this.
Exactly.
We will come up with something very creative, I'm sure. And in this bunch of people, a lot of talented and creative people.
Well. Fazal, you want to speak a little bit? Thank you.
I don't think we'll be shaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're coming towards the end, guys. No, actually, not the end, because we still have a lot of program running. We have, like John said, a lot of panels happening. We would like to include everyone because, of course, in this time, everyone is struggling in a different ways. And at the end of the day, we are one community, and to hearing from all of you, it would be great to try to fix it together. And that is the aim. So just to recap, before that, I would like to thank you, everyone, all of you that are being here, all of our ADEX ambassador. Thank you, of course, the ADEX team who has been working very hard to get ADEX Pixel Virtual Expo up. It is the first time for everybody, so we apologize for any interruption. Of course, this is all new, so we're learning this new thing together. Okay, I'm just checking. I'm not mute. Otherwise, it'd be very entertaining. Okay, so just another recap for those of you who might miss the program of today with the 8th opening ceremony. We are going all night, as John mentioned already. After this, we are going to have a panel discussion on diving into disruption in the age of COVID-19, industry focused. And after, at around, we are overrun quite a lot right now. So I will not say the time. If you would like to check the detail or the upcoming program, please feel free to go and check at adex.asia or at ADEX Facebook page. Okay, we will keep you posted on there. So after, we will have diving deep into technical diving. And after that, we have diving into the sustainable blue economy in the age of COVID-19, Asia Pacific dive tourism focused. And later, the state of the ocean in the age of COVID-19 panel, which I will be hosting as well. So extra promotion there. Next, we will have the untold folktale of mermaiding and the challenges of a free diver in the age of COVID-19. Next up, after that, we will have vision of the ocean through the master's lens, the dynamism of stills and motion. And last but not least, we have a diverse journey, a historical retrospective, okay? And that would be the end of the ceremony for today, the opening of ADEX 8. It's a really new name for me as well. ADEX Pixel Virtual Expo. Yay. Okay. So that is the end for today, but John doesn't want to sleep just yet. So we will have the happy hour Fridays, hashtag. So come and join us after all the, after all the talking and all the sharing of experience and opinion. We would like to still hear from you if you're still up by then at the ADEX surface interval after all of these discussion that we're going to have today. And to put you to bed or to enjoy your day, depending on the time zone, we will have to end the day today with Ocean Film, 700 Sharks by Laurent Balesta. So lined up, just like you are at ADEX, isn't it?
Jamie, you did a magnificent job of it.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much. So thank you, guys. We are going to continue in a little bit. I'm not sure which platform, but I think it should be here for the next panel discussion on diving into disruption in the age of COVID-19, industry focused, which is very interesting for me as well. So yes, I'm gonna send it over to Nora or Carter. We see you, but we haven't heard from you yet. We missed you.
Definitely. So basically, keep tuning in for all the panel discussion lining up. And thanks, Jamie, for emceeing 8 for us. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure,
Nora?
guys. So there will be a link for the next panel. Or
hi, Jamie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nora.
So what's going to happen now is that I'm bringing in all the next panelists so that we cut some time. So can I have Adam Broadbent and also Robert Scales, John Tad.
Hi there.
Hi, Robert. How are you?
Good, good. Continue. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you very much for coming. Can we also have Ronnie Roshkos? Is Ronnie Roshkos here?
Hi, good morning, everybody. Good to be connected. Good morning.
Yay! Can we also have Alex Yo?
Okay, I'm here.
Awesome. And also Jean-Claude JC for short.
I'm here. Hello.
Hello, JC. James Costello.
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, James. And lastly, can we have Alvin Tan here? We have Alvin in the house. Maybe he'll join us later then. All right, so I want to welcome everyone to the first virtual webinar. And today we're going to be talking about the diving industry, a mist in the age of COVID-19. So the team for this talk is called Diving into Disruption in the Age of COVID-19, and we're focusing on industry. So give a brief outlook of what is this about. So basically, it's a discussion about how our life, especially the diving industry, is being truncated, disrupted amidst COVID-19. How something like a pandemic as such, not only disrupt the global economy per se, but you know, us being in the diving and also conservation ecosystem landscape, it affected us a lot. And most of the business had to cut down travel restriction. Hey, Ronnie. Hi. I see you.
Hi. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which link is the one that's working.
Oh dear. You're on a.
So is it this link? Is it this link for the panel, or is it a different one?
This is the same
Ronnie,
link for the first one.
I'll update you later, Ronnie. Yeah.
Okay, Ronnie, actually we had a slight overrun. So the panel that we're gonna be discussing today is, right now actually, is called Diving into Disruption in the Age of COVID-19.
Yes.
All right, so I just want to start with, you know, those that is in my panel to talk about what is their current reaction with, you know, the global economy at hand. Especially with the nature of this.
Sure, just quickly, Nora, this is the right link, right?
This is the right link, but it's to the panel for diving into disruption, Ronnie.
Okay, so I should go to the other link, I guess.
You can stay, come on. All right, so back to the question. Perhaps I could outreach to John. John, perhaps you can share with us a little bit more about how COVID-19 actually affected your nature of business.
I think it is, everybody is affecting the business. So it depends on the altitude, that how we want to think positive. And the most important part of things is just not like a share. I think I want to give a chance to others more times. I would say that it's the most important is that at the moment, everything that we do is, we cannot think about competition now. We cannot think, we have to think about working together. That is the only way out for the timings when you are in this situation. So, and we have to think about it, it's small like a resort and all these things, like so dive shop owner. This you're even thinking about joining together. The idea that I give this idea was, in April, I got a text from Clement Lee. Hey, John, this is the time that is really suffering, the whole industry is suffering. He talked about it, that is something that is not easy for us to just imagine, really suffering for industry. Right, so like, I really thanks for his text from him, that one that made me realize that is, in this kind of suffering, our industry, as an industry player, I'm as a media or so-called event person, I rather sit back and just think about it, how to survive suffering myself, or be part of this to be a contributing and giving back. for me, it's very important that the things that whatever we do, dedication and giving back is the most important. So I think I want to give it back to the industry in the difficult times. This is the platform to use. If you are famous, please join us to inspire more. If you are not yet, please use this platform to be a climber, and then this is where we want to grow as a one. Thank you. Okay, Nora.
I'm sorry, I'm on mute. Okay, so Adam, perhaps you could share with us a little bit more, because your nature of business is online traveling. Has COVID-19 affected you much?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it's as John's rightly said, it's extremely high impact for the entirety of the scuba diving industry and everyone associated with it. And more importantly, all the families and people that are supported by those earning salaries within the scuba diving industry in remote destinations. So obviously it's a very challenging time for businesses, but I think that has been mentioned regularly over the last hour or so. There's a lot of support that needs to go all the way down the chain, through the resorts and into the local communities that are struggling the most. From our side in the business, obviously it's impactful, and we're able to react appropriately. But there are bigger things at play here that we need to be all focusing on.
Thanks, Adam. All right, so with every one of us in-house, not being able to travel, not being able to move around, I mean, we can move around, but not really traveling as much. It has caused some conundrum, definitely. So I just want to check with dive institutions. I mean, like being out there for events, or even having students going to different dive centers to take up their certification or their courses has been a problem. So I just want to check in, like, for example, Ray, James Costello, what are you guys doing? I mean, in terms of what do you call this? Solving this situation through any innovative methods. Is going digital the next way for like education wise? What are your thoughts?
Thanks, Nora. Yeah, well, obviously RAID has been a digital dive agency since the very beginning. So that's given us a huge benefit over other agencies. And something that an initiative that we took a few weeks ago was something called free learning. So RAID has actually opened up all its courses online to everybody, whether you're a RAID diver or not, for free. So that allows anybody, whether they're, even for someone wanting to take the open water, they can go into the RAID website and actually read through all the materials, do all of the quizzes. So apart from the exam, they need to find a dive center to do their final exam and then go through the process that would be the normal procedure of confined and open water. It makes everything far more accessible to everybody, and it gives our dive centers an opportunity to market courses that they may not have done normally, because it becomes accessible to everybody now.
So James, what makes you decide to have that particular course for free?
It's one of those things. Something had to change in the industry. The industry cannot keep working in the way it's going with the current situation. So RAID HQ took the decision that that was one of the big industry changing steps that we could take to open everything to everybody, just to try to keep people ticking over. So people cannot go out, maybe they're stuck in their home, they cannot go anywhere, they've got something to entertain themselves. They can go and download a course, read through the materials and do some study at no cost to themselves, rather than trying to charge people money for something that they don't know when they're going to do and that kind of thing. So it's just it's encouraging people to stay in the diving industry, not forget about it and walk off because they can't travel, they can't dive, they can't do anything else.
Thanks, James. I'd like to hear the thoughts from JC. JC, perhaps you could share with us what is your strategy basically with COVID in mind?
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you, Nora. Well, we had actually planned something beforehand. We were starting to launch a new program called the SSI Digital University, and it was planned in a different way. We were supposed to launch that actually in April, May as a test phase, and we changed our plans drastically and I would say immediately 7 weeks ago, after monitoring what was happening in China and the reaction that were going on in this market. We realized that obviously in China we were maybe not ready, but we make sure they were reacting very fast on the situation by providing a virtual classroom education. But our system, even though it's digital, was not fully 100% ready. And as you know, the rest of the world was not really realizing that it would go somewhere else than in China and maybe some other Asian countries. So we had to take a very fast reaction, and we go a little bit on a different way. Actually, we want to make sure that that our centers are able to earn some or generate some income. But of course, we want to bring them also to the perfect level of knowledge. So we launched actually a series of webinars linked to this SSI Digital University, which includes 3 topics. Actually, first of all is the mindset. Everybody has to come to a certain mindset to take the head out of the sand and see that there are opportunities, that the market will be changing, that many things will be different after, and that we have to adapt, as my colleagues said before. So that's one part. The second part is the SSI connectivity. We want to show them and bring everyone on the level of understanding what the tools are at their disposal to make sure that they have the possibility to really use everything which is in their dashboard. And then the third part is linked to the marketing part. We call it the digital black box. So we gave them training on anything related to social media, to growing organically their social media, to teaching virtual classroom, webinar training, and so on. So far we did over 190 webinars or through different systems in 25 languages, and we had over 9,000 participants. So we do that on a day-to-day basis, basically almost 7 days a week. And we gave them tools on how to really monetize courses that are available 100% digital from, let's say, the start to the exam. And so we revamped also some of our courses. So we have quite a long list of courses that can be taught to anybody, even if they are not divers. Marine ecology is definitely one segment that is important. So we made sure that everyone could access that. So we were thinking about families, people in a lockdown situation where they can really enjoy to learn something about, I don't know, sharks, turtles, mantas, you name it. The second part is we have a program called Enrich Day 32. So we give the access to that as well. And everyone entering that system is definitely linked to a diving center. And we have only one program that we actually gave for free. That's the Science of Diving. It's all related to, let's say, the diving theory knowledge. And we made the access for free. And the dive centers can still offer virtual classroom, and they can still offer additional training and everything. And so far we have, I would say, after 1 month, we had over 35,000 people joining that program. So learning more about the diving theory, I would say. So start from open water to instructors. So it's quite a huge success for us, but of course, it never replaced to go into the water.
Thank you, JC. I mean, it'd be quite interesting to see diving being done virtually, but of course it's not possible. It's just different, I guess. So the next question I would like to ask is, of course, to Alex. Perhaps you could just share with us what is your organization is doing in times like this.
Okay, so hello everyone. I guess like all the other major agencies, we all have the e-learning available for quite a while. Yeah, I think this is the way to go forward. And we were one of the first to have the e-learning. So I think that the step now is really to encourage the facilities to get on board this, because we had this for a long time. Obviously, a lot of members, they always say we prefer the face-to-face interactions and things. Of course, those are for the good things. But now is the time that we really encourage them to try a different platform. Yeah, with a lot of companies are forced into a different ways of doing things. And I guess for the dive members or dive center owner, they do have to be innovative as well, correct? So, so for our side, similarly to the other agency, we made some of our training programs free. Of course, not everything is free. That we have selected courses that are free, and then but mainly we work with the facility to help them to sustain the business. You know, everything can't be for free. If we give everything for free, then nobody makes any money, right? So, yeah, they have to make money. We have to, the dive agency have to make money. So we have selected programs for each different facilities. Other than that, I think the agency are all, we are all very digitalized. I don't think there's any issues with our part of doing it. But now the real focus is really how do we help the members and the facilities to overcome this, and we don't know how long this is going to last. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex, for sharing with us your insights of how digital transformation has been coming in slowly into the industry. So the next question I would like to actually ask is from Ronnie Roshkosh. Ronnie, you have been, you know, someone who have seen how dive industry is managed internationally, basically. Is that a movement that you see would be something that the industry will foster further and push it forward? What are your thoughts? Oh, it looks like we missed or lost or dropped.
Oh, you muted.
Okay, never mind. It's okay. I'll just ask the next question. Let's go to Robert Scales. Hi, Robert.
Hey there.
Hey there, Robert. I have been stalking what you have been doing online, I must say, and perhaps you can share with us a little bit more. How are you interacting to, you know, your community, your dive industry, digitally, basically? Like you run your very own resort and also dive center. Share with us.
Sure. So I'll share my screen right now if I can. Just one sec. All right. So can you guys see the screen?
Yeah, we can. Thanks.
So I run a company called Cheningam Divers, and we're based on Nusa Ceningan, which is in Bali. We're a small eco-friendly dive resort, about 24 employees. I've been running for 5 years, and the last couple of years at ADEX, we managed to score like the Blue Green 360 award for Best Dive Operator and Best Dive Resort. My background is a little bit in technology. So I ran a technology company for several years before moving into the diving industry and do this. So when we realized that COVID was happening and we wanted to create new revenue streams for ourselves, we build our own education center. So We have our own in-house marine biologist. Her name is Gina, Georgina Ace, and I think she's in the audience. Hi, Gina. And she recorded all of our popular workshops that we have at the resort. So we have 8 workshops that we do that are part of our conservation diver certification programs. And now we have these online, and basically you can jump on the website, which the URL is edu.cheningandivers.com, and you can sign up for those workshops. The first workshop is on Mola, the amazing oceanic sunfish. And we've actually shared that with John and the ADEX family. So it's on the website right now. If you go on like ADEX Pixel, it's one of the presentations that is available for free for now. And if you guys want to, you can basically go onto this platform and then sign up for the workshop, and you can get the certification for it. So if you do all 8 workshops, then you can apply for our Cheningand Divers Conservation Diver Certification Program. And that gives you the ability to also get a 1 million rupiah credit that is going to be valid for later use at Cheningand Divers. So all of our workshops are $20. So if you do all 7 of them, that's going to be $140 that you've spent, but you're going to get $1 million back towards services at Cheningand Divers in the future. And we're a PADI dive operator. So we're currently in the process of digitalizing all the Project Aware courses. And this weekend, we're launching the first Project Aware course, which is the Project Aware specialty. So that's going to go live, and that's a certification program from PADI that we've digitalized, and we're delivering 100% online, and you can do all the knowledge review and everything else, and then schedule a one-on-one call with one of our instructors to come back. So obviously those products are not free because we don't believe in giving shit for free. If you're doing that, I don't understand your business model, and I have 24 families that I need to feed and work with, and we're a company obviously, so we need to make revenue. But basically, our goal in doing this is that we're going to provide our students and other people the ability to gain some new skills, especially when it comes to marine conservation and creatures and that sort of things. And the Project Aware courses are fully certification programs. So if you do all 4 of them, which we're going to have digitalized over the next couple of weeks, that basically gives you the ability to apply for the PADI Master Diver program and that sort of things. So yeah, like those are a couple of the things that we've done, and we have a couple of other programs that we've done online. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, that we're the first dive shop in the world to have our own education center. So I understand that PADI has e-learning and SSI at the university and so forth. But we're, I believe, the first dive operator in the world to have our own education center with automated courses running for our students to take on. Anyway, thanks, Nora.
Thanks, Rob. So, so I just want to just have one last question that I just want to ask everybody in this panel. We do not know how COVID will last. And I just have one question, and I just want to see what are your thoughts on that? And that is digital transformation the next wave for diving? Shall we start with JC?
Yes, well, if I could really have a crystal ball and say when it will be restarting, that would be fantastic. But I would say there is some light at the end of the tunnel, or some sunshine under the clouds, as my friends in China are saying. We have seen the business restarting in Asia, meaning in China, Taiwan. So here we really see that something is going on. We see that it takes a little bit of more time to really restart. So free diving is definitely one of the activity that has restarted the fastest, I would say. And of course, there are some limitations. It's getting more into, let's say, private or semi-private courses. You have limitations on the number of people that are going on the boat. Sometimes the pool is open, sometimes they close it again. So, but there we can see something coming back. In the rest of the world, there are some signals. In the US, there are signals right now. Things are reopening. If it's good or not, it's not to us to say. But for Europe, for example, we just got this morning the via the RSTC, and then we have a 27-page document which will be translated in several languages, which will give the guidelines on how to behave and how to really act in a dive center, and how to really work with the students and the divers. This will be still not separating what the countries may say. So let's see. There are in some countries we see that something is starting probably in June. I'm sitting in Switzerland. In 8th of June, we should be able to do courses again, to give an idea. But in other countries in Europe, we talk more about the end of June, and with half of the people. The difficulty will be for the diving centers to cover their financial charges if they have to basically have 50% of their boats filled. So that will be the challenge, and of course we will have to all adapt to this situation locally. Maybe one last comment, since nobody is speaking. I think the diving this year, it will be more difficult to have a travel tourism. So I think it will be more local. So that will be a slower start. But to have really traveling tourism, this will very much depend on the airlines and if all the borders are getting open or not. So that will be to be monitored.
Pessimistic, so I appreciate your enthusiastic, JC. I think digitalization is really like the way to go and move forward. There's quite a fair bit of things that is going to be done, and I know all agencies are really pushing for it. And I know like now a lot of dive operators are being inspired to do similar things to what we've done here. For sure, like we're going to see more webinars and things like that. I'm a bit of a pessimist person, so I don't think there's a season at all this year. Here in Bali right now, I mean, the situation is too early to say. I believe that we're a month behind what's happening in the rest of the world, and there's cases that are not being diagnosed. But that's not for me to say, and I don't think that's the right format of conversation here for the moment. But I don't think we're having a high season here this year, which normally runs June to October. So probably skipping that entirely and getting to next year. It's going to be interesting to see how things are going to move over the next few months or so, like around the world, and we'll get that. But for the question that Noah is asking, certainly digitalization is going to be like a really interesting path moving forward. We're going to see more operators, more agencies doing webinars, seminars online, do e-courses, converting their program to like non-diving certifications. I think like all those distinctive specialties that Paddy has, and I think RAID has a fair amount of material that are really cool, like with their eco programs and that sort of things. I'm not too familiar with the SSI program, unfortunately, but I believe that there's a fair amount of like courses that you guys have as well, and with SDI that don't require any dives, like equipment workshops and that sort of things. That could easily be translated online and delivered by dive shops. So that's what we're going to continue focusing on our side, and other like opportunities to work with like building or digital marketing and groups. But for the time being, I think that's all we can do. Thanks.
Thank you, Robert. Is Ronnie online at the moment?
Yeah.
Ronnie, are you here?
Yes. Good morning, everybody. I had some difficulties here, technical-wise, with the Wi-Fi, but this is something happening since actually 3 days somehow here in Spain. First of all, I would like to congratulate John Ted to make this possible. All the team which is actually standing behind. Very, very great initiative to let people stay connected. I believe that especially in critical times like this, because it's affecting literally the entire planet, staying together, staying connected is key. I have taken the time to do a lot of interviews around the planet, from the Bahamas with Stuart, with Dan Orr from the United States, industry players, dive center owners, course directors, and everybody at the end of the day agrees that we have a little bit splitted opinions about what's going on. I mean, it's not the first time in history that humans are passing through a situation like this. It probably never ever was in an extension or that bad as we're living it, that everybody's actually staying home or has to stay home. So coming to the point, a digital transition is happening right now faster than never ever before because of the need what we have. It gave a lot of opportunity, especially within our industry. I believe we have a great opportunity to connect in a different way. We have to do a lot of homeworks, not only on the operational side, which is a big challenge, especially for us, because I mean, we're not renting like other companies or in like other industries, just a video game out. We're not renting just a movie out. We're literally doing an activity which makes it more complex because of the virus. On one side, that there are a lot of people who are really scared about it, because they don't know how to handle this. And on the other side, we have a lot of people who are willing to do. So this is splitting again into national, what Robert already mentioned. There will be a lot of people who are willing to travel, and the other half is actually even not willing to travel nowhere because they're scared about it. So that opens another two opportunities on one side on saying, okay, we have to focus, as GC said, to the local market. We have to invite people to get in and to survive actually as a local operator, which I believe will cause an effect that unfortunately a lot of small operators are unable in the future to withstand by the legal demands from the national law, yeah, because they will say, okay, you can fill the boat only 50%. How much are the running costs to actually get out with the boat? I'm able to do this, but other industries are fighting exactly with the same. So restaurants are doing exactly on a similar side, saying, okay, if I have 20 tables, now I only can attend in 10 tables. We have a similar problem. Digital transition is key to this, is key focus, because we can see already in other industries, like in hotels, for example, they're doing exactly that. Digital check-ins, connect with people, training agencies, SSI, Paddy, they're doing really amazing job on keeping people connected with webinars, with input. Dive centers themselves, they're giving webinars to their consumers, to their divers, to their community to stay connected. So we have a big challenge ahead, and as everybody agrees within this industry, there's one key to do exactly so, and this is staying together, communicate, and I mean, there's at the end of the day, there's a kind of light of at the tunnel, and yeah, there will be transitions, like for example Spain. It's the second worst country in the planet right now, hidden by the virus, and I mean, governments, they're running plans. There will be a medicine sooner or later somehow to this. There will be different kinds of input, and people will sooner or later able to travel, either if it's national or international wise. But the nice part is that we're a small community within the diving, within the ocean diving community, and we have the power actually to do so. And key, as your question was, Nora, the digital transition is actually absolutely key in this, and we have a great moment to upgrade what we haven't done in the past. So does other industries, and I believe this is just the beginning of a new fundament of a new reality, what we're going to live. We will just to have adjust everything. Nothing will be as it was before, definitely not. There's a before and there's an after. So we have to accept the situation, have to learn. It's a learning curve, the same like this digital show, which is just happening, which is a tremendous learning curve, but it's a great opportunity to people more than ever ever. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you so much, my dear panelists, for such an insightful discussion and chats. I would love to open up to the floor for question and answers, but unfortunately, we are really so behind time. So if you have any question that you want to ask this panelist, we have a link that we shared on our chat platform here that is called Backstage. So do join that link and just have a chat with anybody that's there. So once again, thank you very much. The next panel that we are going and transitioning into, it's called the Diving Deep into Technical Diving. And we have our one and only Ben Remanence as the moderator. And he has fantastic panelists from Julian 14 from France, Ahmad Gad from Egypt, Matt Carter from New Zealand, Pete Misley from UK, Dashana Jaya Wadina, from Sri Lanka, Bruce Konafe from UK, Jeffrey Glenn from Australia, and also Yvonne Press from Indonesia. So anybody who wants to know everything there is to know about technical diving, do join us in this panel. You can see it at the chat here and also on Facebook. Once again, thank you very much. We have a slight break. I will hand it over to Jamie. Jamie?
Thank you so much, Nora. And thank you so much to all the panelists for the first panel of our APE or ADEX Pixel Virtual Expo here with diving into disruption in the age of COVID-19, something that we're all in this together as a diving industry, as a community. Okay, so we are bringing you together and bringing a lot of people in the front line and all the experts with many more panels coming up today. All the way through into the night. And as Nora mentioned, next up is diving deep into technical diving. So if you are interested in technical diving or wondering what it is, I would like to invite you to go and join us at that webinar, which is, you can find the link on our chat. Okay, I believe Nora has posted that already, right, Nora?
Yes, it's on the chat itself. The link is under diving deep into technical diving.
Okay, so for those of you who are watching us from live from Facebook or on ADEX.Asia, then you can just, we're gonna have a quick break before we go into the next discussion on the technical diving. So stay tuned with us. And for those of you who are here joining us on Zoom or would like to join us on Zoom, you can check the link of different panels, which we'll be posting on Facebook, and then you can join and be here with us.
For those of you who are watching us from...
So for now, thank you so much to all of our guests and all of the panelists for the first panel, and we'll be right back very quickly with our next panel, diving deep into technical diving. If you want to join Zoom, check the link in the chat or on Facebook. See you in a bit.